Leavers and stingers alike, this is SuperZombGBBQ, and we have some King of the Ring rewards, and we are one day removed from having the Sting card rewarded to us, and I have now finally managed to fully level the card, and I'm going to show you the final stats today. So there's a bit of exhibition showing me training a few cards I've got actually from King of the Ring. What does that mean? I've got some pros. I got some pros, boy. So let's show you, first of all, segue out, and we're going to have ourselves some King of the Ring rewards, which, yes, unfortunately, are through an iPhone, and I wanted to explain why I do this. Now, the reason why I have to do my King of the Ring rewards through my phone is because King of the Ring rewards, unfortunately, happen during the day. I work during the day, which means, and especially as my hours are quite long with the job I do, unfortunately, I do have, at times, have to claim rewards at work or whilst I'm out or in meetings, for example, and I will then not be able to show them to you. There's a couple of people who see them before anyone else, but that's just life. So I kind of show awesome ones to people, but I try my best to get as many as I can out to you guys live as I can, because I know you love the live reactions. So the best ones I can promise you, you will see as many of those as live as possible. But I will do my absolute best to make sure I get as many to you in the future as possible. We are now into the rewards, and here we are with my iPhone screen up on screen, and we have our King of the Ring rewards for you all to see. Now, first of all, this was a few days ago. I finished the King of the Ring. Basically, you can see it here. We have tap out. It's all bots again, and the gap is closing. I am losing my advantage. There's a lot of people now with legendary decks, and we are getting to the point where we will start facing real people. Hopefully I should still have the advantage because I've got significantly, in my eyes, better pros than some of the other people, but I did notice today that people are starting to have full legendary decks, so I'm slightly concerned that I might end up getting caught up very soon. But I'm going to move in, and I got myself a Kofi Kingston, which is a troll reward. It's not the best reward I could have got because I literally just pro'd the guy. Literally, that moment I had just pro'd him for my Road to Glory deck, and I was pretty annoyed. But a legendary is a legendary, and I'll accept it because it's a left arrow, so, you know, it's all good. It's all good. Now, on top of that, guys, I managed to pull myself this amazing support. This is actually during Road to Glory. I actually came off of stream whilst halfway through it. I managed to pull myself a legendary Pump It Up, which is such a great support card. And so early on in the game, especially in legendary tier, to have this kind of support card is amazing. Remember, I spent most of my time in legendary and survivor tier and even WrestleMania tier having terrible supports for the first couple of weeks. To have this early is really, really awesome, and I hope you guys get as much luck as I have when it comes to supports. Hopefully the trend continues where PCCs actually offer you awesome supports. It'd be great to see this support. Maybe not this one. I like to kind of keep this a bit special, but this being one example of the kind of supports you should be able to get, or just keep giving more legendary supports. That would be the main thing. We have our second King of the Ring rewards, and this was significantly better, mainly for the fact that I got myself a pro. Which pro, you may ask? Well, I think I needed this because I have only ever had a down arrow pro in the form of Ryback. Every other is a up arrow, left arrow, right arrow. And if I had two down arrow Rybacks, now Ryback's a good card in power, but he's not really good at anything else. So it'd been great to have something else as a bit of a, I don't know, an extra card for ring domination and whatnot. Maybe something I could have in my deck as a decent toughness or speed card. And I had my wishes answered after I'd beaten a 51-0, my second flawless King of the Ring result. And I got myself my Stardust. Now, this Stardust is being trained up at the moment and is my second pro, which I've got over this weekend. So I'm genuinely happy that this has been possible, and it will mean that my Road to Glory deck will now be one card away from being a full legendary deck, which is awesome. It's already fully pro'd and has full stats added to everything. It's a perfect pro deck as it is, but to be fully legendary, apart from the Divas, of course, because I'm really struggling in that department, that's pretty good for this stage, I'd say. Pretty rigged, in all fairness. So now we are moving on into the Stinger stats and also proing my first pro, which I mentioned earlier on. Now, most of you will probably be able to, recognize this pro because it's one of the cards that is in Road to Glory, and that is the Seth Rollins card. Now, I've been training that over time, and I'm now going to actually put my tokens on it and get it pro'd up. But before we do so, there is my Sting, fully leveled. Boom! 896, 862, 873, 885. Just as I said, the only thing that I've not done is I've not fully leveled up his procs or his ability boost, because at the moment I don't need to. I'm not going to pro him straight away. I can put him in my ring domination deck. I can play over the week. At the moment, it's stopping me getting wins in exhibition by having this card available, so I'm going to focus on all my efforts on my Stardust cards, which you'll see in a second. But this is the full stats for Sting. I think you agree it's pretty awesome, and to be perfectly honest, for the tokens, it's more likely that I will be putting my tokens on 1 on power, 2 on speed, and 1 on charisma. But I'm going to wait to see how other people's look first before I put mine on, because I know a lot of people based theirs off of what I did on my video. So I'm going to possibly hold back with the Sting. I'm not sure yet. I'll see what I fancy. So we have Sting, Legendary. We are now going to move on to the Rollins card. And the Rollins card we need to now improve and put our stats on. First of all, remember, we've got to do a 3-point checklist. Number 1, does number 1 have all of the matches played? Does it have the ability played? Now, yes, we do. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put 2 power, 1 speed, and 1 charisma on it. Confirm, yes, there we done. And the reason I want this is because I want a decent power, speed, and charisma card. Something that overall stats will be beneficial. We move on to the second card, and again we have to do our first check, which is, has the power, toughness, and speed matches, charisma matches, and ability been played? Yes, awesome. Is it fully leveled? Awesome. And then we put on our abilities, which again is 2 power, 1 speed, and 1 charisma, which is going to be then confirm. And then we have our Seth Rollins when Network Carrier decides it wants to finish. There we go. So there is our fully leveled Seth Rollins. I'm going to now combine it. And that is going to be a perfect pro Seth Rollins right there for you on the screen. And we're going to level it up with our Rusev. Lock it in first. Always remember to lock in the card. Train. Let's go to normal cards. Go to epics. Train away our Rusev. Thank you very much, Rusev, but you're done. And that means that our total stats, one, not fully leveled, but we've got loads of cards to feed into him, loads of super rares actually, which should automatically take him to 25. There you go. So that is what I wanted. That gives me a card that is good in power, speed, and charisma. It's not the best card, but that's not what I'm looking for, because it procs in speed and charisma. It also gives me a decent toughness rating, but that gives me what I wanted. It would also mean it beats Daniel Bryan in 2 stats in power and toughness, and procs in the same stats, speed and charisma. So that gives me what I want. I'll train it up over time. Maybe put in my exhibition deck now to give it a little bit of training. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Also, I haven't actually attached my tokens to that yet. So you know what? I might actually do that now. I'm going to put mine. I'm going to put 2 in speed, 2 in charisma, and 1 in power. I think, actually, should I? But let's think about it this way. It's going to get 9, 9, and 9, which is going to be 27. 27 on 1487 is 15. Sorry, this is a maths genius here. Obviously not. 15, 14. 15, 14. 15, 24. Oh, God, this is embarrassing. So that's 20 is going to be 07. Yeah, so that's going to be 15, 14 at the end of having that card. So if I put another 9 on it, that's going to be 15, 23. If I put my 29, 27 on the speed for the matches that's played, that's going to be 1504 plus 27. That's going to be, let's just put 20 on and the 7 afterwards. So that's going to be 1524, 1531. You're going to have charisma. That is going to be 27 again, 1485 plus 20 which is going to be 1505, plus an additional 7 on top of it. It's been 1512. So if I put on these at the moment, that will mean that I'll get a nice little tiny boost in power, a decent-ish boost in speed, and a decent-ish boost in charisma. So, do I want to do that? Do I put a bit more on power and leave the charisma a little bit? Nah, sod it, I'll do this. So there you go. So 1 on power, so 2 on speed and 2 on charisma. That brings 3 of the stats, which are going to be within 15,000. I prefer this more for this type of card because it's going to proc in a stat that is going to give me a lot of benefit, which is speed and charisma, which I've got a lot of those at the moment, so it's kind of scary. I'm not too bothered about the toughness. I don't need a toughness card. I've got Kofi Kingston for that, and I've got Daniel Bryan for that. This is designed to be a Daniel Bryan-esque killer as such, so he's designed to be speedier and more powerful than Daniel Bryan and most of the other cards that are available. I've not put it on the proc on this one because I don't really need to. It's not really going to benefit it. So, yep, that's my Seth Rollins done. So let's play some exhibition. So you'll see straight away that he is going to be a better card in speed instantaneously. He's going to be a better card in power, no problem whatsoever. And he's not going to be a better card, but he procs in the same ability as Daniel Bryan. So I'm happy with that as the card and the way it should be. Because that's going to mean that all the stats go over the 1500 mark, apart from toughness, which I'm not bothered about at all. Honestly, don't be surprised if I lose a few games in this this little trial I'm doing, because realistically speaking, I'm not playing to win. I'm playing to train up the Stardust cards, which are already getting there. They've had needed a little extra time in the oven as such. So I'm just going to chuck in Stardust number 1, and I could chuck in. I'll see how Seth Rollins gets on. Keep calling Daniel Bryan. And let's put in charisma. He said, sod it, I'll lose the match. I'm not bothered. And let's get past this one. Otherwise, there's no point in having both in there. I can just try level up 3 cards at once here, and I've got all my worries solved. Technically, I don't need to worry too much, but I could actually leave it for the following event, Ring Domination, which, just to clarify, Ring Domination has been announced as the event that we get the next Sting card in. So if you're one of the lucky people who's been able to get the Sting card, then that is going to be your chance to get the Pro Sting card. I am surprised that some people have gone for it, because there are some who don't have a legendary deck in Exhibition and don't have a legendary deck in Ring Domination. Yeah, they were still waiting for the Sting card and still got it. Now, that's great and all, but it's not really going to benefit you if you do it. So it surprised me when I saw a couple people in Epic tier with a Sting card. It's going to be more than a week unless you buy packs to get those, and yeah. So I just found that a little bit confusing. One other massive thing that's come up, and this is my opinion on the enhancements debacle. Now, enhancements have been a problem in WWE SuperCard. I know I pulled 3 of them, which I will be taking up with feedback. And they have now changed what their terms are on that, and that is that the legendary and epics, in fact any enhancement, will no longer count as your pull or your reset for that tier, which is great news, because it means it stops people getting really, really, really angry, like me in the last Ring Domination, when I had my card for that tier, which was my pull for that event, which was a legendary toughness boost, which is brilliant. No, really, it's really good. When you're trying to level up, my main concern was that it was actually going to affect people who didn't have the ability to have a deck like I do. My main concern was that people would get to epic tier and legendary tier and they wouldn't be able to move up. Some people have even struggled to get to epic tier because they cannot get past ultra rare because they keep getting enhancements. But that will be stopping, and they are removing that, changing the rules. So your enhancements that you pull will not be your reset. They'll just be completely different. That's coming in very soon. Apparently they're testing out an update, but that'll be happening very soon. And hopefully when it does happen, it works this time, because we know Cat Daddy has a history of doing stuff that don't work. So yeah, that's hopefully going to come in very, very soon. I really can't wait to see what that Sting card looks like. That is going to be amazing as a pro. And as always, we'll probably be streaming the event live on Twitch, so obviously feel free to join us. Okay. There's another point I wanted to talk about, and that is the infamous Wall of JB, or Wall of BBQ. Lot of people been complaining about the difficulty of Road to Glory, just as people complained about the difficulty of ring domination. It's natural at this stage to have lots and lots of people who are better than you. However, I have been showing up, if you don't know, in everyone's +6 or +3 and +5. So literally everyone has been forced to play +2s or +1s, which obviously doesn't make me the most popular person on the planet at the moment in SuperCard. I'm kind of Mr. Unpopular, as in I'm stopping people. But trust me, this is something I wanted to get out. Trust me, I just got beaten by The Miz. Really? Okay, fair enough. Oh, sorry, I just got beaten by me. Really? And I'm going to win against... It doesn't matter because I lost anyway. Training cards up. It's great. But I'm just throwing away losses here, to be honest with you. I'm not really that hugely bothered. I have one thing to say to the people who decided to say nasty things to me, because I apparently am stopping them getting a Sting card. And this is where I'm going to end my video. I'm going to go to my deck. I'm going to look at that Shawn Michaels. I'm going to swap it with Seth Rollins. And I'm going to make your task even harder. Good luck, guys. And on that slightly sour note, I do apologise. It's a little bit of banter from me. That Seth Rollins goes into the Road to Glory deck, which I'm going to leave as it is. I'm going to level up Stardust, hopefully be ready for tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video is going to be about a SuperZombGBBQ giveaway. We're finally going to have the announcement of who won at the giveaway. Please stay tuned for that, because that's going to be amazing. Just an update on the SuperZombGBBQ event, or ZOMG event. Remember to hashtag ZOMG event. Remember to get every Miz card and keep every Miz card that you get in the game and pro it. There's a cool price at the end. If you want to see details about it, go through the videos and go to ZOMG event in my library of videos, and that'll be awesome for you to take part in. Most importantly, guys, I hope you have an awesome day, an awesome afternoon, and Zolive in Seth Rollins. Oh yeah.